Hey everyone, it's me, Maria.
And Melissa,
We are here to talk about our
undergrad experience.
undergrad experience. Thank you. I was blanked out there, but yeah, our undergrad experience, more specifically, our community college experience.
Yes.
Yeah, we both went to the same high school.
San Leandro High.
Represent. Represent. Yeah, we went to SL High, and from there we went straight to Chabot College. And the reason why I picked to go to Chabot was definitely one, my parents really couldn't afford to have me take the SATs, right? Yeah. ACTs and SAT and the ACT. Yeah.
All these acronyms.
All these standardized tests. Yeah. All this bullshit. Yeah. I know I'm going to go to Chabot because that's like was known as like San Leandro Part 2 Afterlife or
pretty
some
much
shit like
where
that.
Everybody from San Leandro High goes after. Mm-hmm. No one wants to see each other, but we all end up there, ironically.
Yeah.
For years.
until you know, little by little, like some of us transfer, some of us unfortunately drop out because of some circumstances, or you know, life happens. So
to everybody.
Yeah. How was your Chabot experience with you?
Going to Chabot was definitely a move. I remember I was an Avid in high school, and everyone was supposed to apply to a 4-year university, and I did my presentation on Chabot. And my teacher was so mad because she was like, "You're supposed to do a 4-year," but I was like, "I'm being realistic, and realistically, I'm not about to pay all this money to take the same classes that I could take at community college and live at home and not pay for rent or a dorm or anything." So financially and I don't know, just like overall, it made more sense to just take the classes at Chabot. So yeah, I signed up, and it took me 3 years to get my associate's degree in communication studies, but it was worth it. I feel like it was a nice prep to get me into university, because if I just went to university straight out of high school, I definitely wouldn't have been as successful if I didn't go to Chabot first. I don't know. Just feel like it trains you to pick your own classes, know what kind of workload you can take on, especially after high school. You just want that freedom to pick your own schedule. So I feel like the beginning, your first year, you're just like learning everything, but I feel like the second, third year, you really like you grow up a little bit, you mature some, and then you figure out, these classes are, I'm spending money on it. It's not high school. It's not like free for me to retake it. So it just adds more to like the seriousness of it, which I think is good. Like I said, if you just go to university, you're paying thousands of dollars for like these AA classes that you can take, for sometimes nothing if you have like fee waivers or whatever. So that was like the best move.
Yeah. I could say ditto.
Yeah,
Basically, everything you said. You know, it just made more sense for me to just go straight to Chabot because we do save a lot of money just going straight to community college. Mm-hmm. It's so much cheaper. It's a good experience, kind of like a trial and error. Mm-hmm. Because I know with my first year at Chabot, I fucked up so badly. I went to academic probation 2. Not 1, but motherfucking 2.
Girl, and violence.
Yeah,
so the first year you never know.
Yeah, like I was just learning like first how to kind of be responsible of taking my classes. Mm-hmm. Because I fucked up my first year, they cut me up. They cut me out. Yeah, they fucking suspend me from my financial aid, which, it's all good because I learned to appreciate my education more. After I got the academic probation number 2, I was like, I really need to get my shit together. Mm-hmm. If not, then they're going to kick me out and I have to do all this process all over again with another community college. Slowly but surely, I was picking up my grades. I actually had to take this class called, I forgot what was it called, but it was kind of like how to be a better student.
Yeah, I think it's like a skills class, right?
Yeah.
College skills or like something.
Yeah, I remember taking that class, and my professor, I think her name, Professor Tripp. I think that's her last name, but she was this like
Felicia Trippin.
Yeah, she was this black professor who like really helped me out a lot with like how to take better notes, how to study in general, She mentioned that she's actually one of the counselors at Chabot
Oh,
at that
wait,
time.
what? Oh, dang.
Yeah, she was one of the counselors. So after that class, I definitely went to her to ask like the A through G requirements, because that's the thing about community college. You need to get to know who is like really legit for you to transfer, because I've gone to multiple counselors before and they told me, oh, you need to take this up to this math for you to transfer. No, you need to take up to stats. And I was just so confused. I'm like, okay, what the fuck do I do? And it wasn't until I, started seeing her and she was like telling me or guiding me like which classes I need to take in order for me to transfer to SF State, because I told her I was interested in SF State. So she helped me through like what's that website called, to see like what classes you need to take from community college to transfer. I forgot the website.
There's a website? I thought you have to go to each like school to see what it is.
No. There's a website. I can't think of the top of my head, but there's a website that you just go and pick you pick your school selection of choice or whatever. And I, with me it's ethnic studies, SF State. So then they told me like it showed like what classes I need to take from Chabot to transfer, and I was like, oh fuck, like.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's easy.
I don't
like,
know about the website.
I just can't think of it on top of my head because it's been such a long time. But there was this website that, went in hand with that.
We'll find it and put the link below later.
Yeah, I just remember, like, the first year I fucked up in Chabot, but after I just had to put mis pilas and, my big girl panties on and be like, no, I gotta take this shit much more seriously. It took me 4 years because, like I said, I fucked up my first year. So if I didn't fuck it up, I would have also graduated and transferred in 3 years.
Yeah.
And that, I feel like, is the realistic like amount of years to transfer from a community college into a state or 4-year or whatever, because
they usually say it's 2 years, but you have to take classes
during the summer
school, pass every single class, and I didn't want to do summer school. I mean, we like 19, 20 when you were in community college, and you're not really trying to be full time, but yeah, 3 years is realistic, and it's not too much pressure.
Yeah. Well, that was during the time we went, which was like 2010.
2010.
Yeah, so 2010 through 2014. So that was around that time where it was 3 years. Well, we don't know about now because who knows if they, budget cuts and more requirements to transfer it and whatnot. But yeah,
they change it all the time. Yeah, so it depends.
Yeah, they do. They update their A through G requirements. Like,
it's probably different now. It's like 9 years later.
Yeah.
I feel hella old.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier how with community college it's cheaper, right? I remember it was a lot cheaper because we had the BOG fee waiver.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned those fee waivers.
Yeah, there's a thing called the BOG fee waiver, and it basically waives like a good portion of the tuition that is in total, because at the time each unit cost like $20 a unit.
It was like 46, I think.
46?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Fuck.
And BOG is Board of Governors fee waiver, but now it's called something else. It's like the California Trust Act or something, but it's not called Board of Governors fee waiver no more. But at the time, it was the BOG.
Okay, it was the BOG. I remember paying it was $32 because it was the $2 with it was $30 in general, but the $2 extra was for the health.
Oh yeah, the health fee.
The health fee for the for the students. So that was at the time. I can only imagine now it's probably like more. Sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 60 or like higher than 60, but it's still significantly cheaper than going straight to a 4-year. I know there were a few folks from high school. I remember specifically. I don't know if you remember, there was like this high school paper, the high school paper that they had or something like that, and it showed like the people who were going to 4-year colleges and the people who were going to go to community college. And I remember seeing some folks who wrote that they were gonna go to the straight 4 year, but then after I saw them at Chabot, and I'm like,
don't be fake.
I think it's because of the whole taboo or like shame about like, oh, you're going to community college. It
really
doesn't
is no shame though.
It's like it doesn't really count as a college experience, or it doesn't really count.
Like credits count though, and they transfer those.
Yeah.
So.
And I remember there were some people who kind of were a little bit disappointed. Like some teachers were disappointed that I was gonna go to community college, but it's like you don't understand. Like not everyone has the resources or privilege to really go to a 4 year like that. And also, I've heard from other people who've gone straight to 4 year that how they wish they went to fucking Chabot or community college.
Same.
Because, you know, they will save money.
Yeah, and they didn't know about it or, I don't know, some reason, but they wish they did. I mean, people too.
Stay hydrated.
Always.
And what I like about Chabot, it was how, I guess, accessible it was for me.
Mm-hmm. It's close.
It's close. It's like a 15-minute drive from where we live, because we live pretty close. I really like the campus. It's
not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's very chill, very low key, very mellow type stuff. I remember like hanging out on the quad.
Yeah, that's like when we started being friends, really like hanging out.
Yeah. It was like we met at the quad, and I remember like meeting some other friends at the library. We would be sometimes a little too much in the library that couple times they kind of
like gave you the boot.
Almost. They just kind of gave us a few warnings to like shut the fuck up because it's a library, and I'm like, oh well, sorry, we're having fun. I know that was just like our immature side, but like, you know, we grow from.
Of course, always.
What were your favorite classes taken at Chabot?
Philosophy for sure. That was like my favorite class. I had like a really good teacher. Forgot her name. I feel hella bad, but philosophy really like awoke me. Like, I don't know, I was hella into that class. It was like the best. And anthropology was cool. Like learning about like, I don't know, different times and bones and people in different regions. That was cool. And sign language. Sign language was like awesome because I took it for 2 years. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just sign our names, you know.
Oh man, I'm out of practice, but yeah.
But yeah, that was like my favorite. What about you?
My favorite all time was sign language as well. Did you take it with Professor Arturo?
I took it with Terry.
Oh,
his name was Terry.
Oh, mine was this I think he's Mexican, but this like actual deaf professor. His name is Arturo Lopez Yanes. Shout out to him because he was like the most like funny, amazing professor I've had, and he was so dope. I took all of his classes, all three of them, the beginner, intermediate, and advanced.
Nice.
Yeah. My other favorite class, weirdly enough, it was astronomy.
Nice.
It was astronomy, but I had the 3 hour once a week. Yeah, that's why I said ironically. That's why I said ironically the 3 hour once a week class, and 7 to 10. It was 7 from 10. And there were a couple times where I slept.
They're open till 10?
Yeah, I took night classes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had to take some night classes. So I remember there was some days out of the week I literally was there for like 12 hours.
God,
yeah.
It's forever.
So, I mean, with me, I learned some stuff about constellations and how there's fucking dwarf planets and the fucking black hole. That was really interesting, but unfortunately, because of the time 7 to 10, it was just a lot. I remember working out before, because I had a big ass gap.
Oh yeah.
So I worked out before my astronomy class, and that kind of made me tired. Mm-hmm. So that would be the times where I kind of took a nap in here.
Yeah.
And it was at the what's that shit called? The dome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we're just like this sometimes, just looking up, and that's when I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna fall asleep. The A through G or A through E, I don't know.
A through G.
A through G.
Mm-hmm.
Requirements. I remember some of them were pretty easy to kind of like fill out, or not to fill out, but
complete.
to complete, take the class. and pass the class. But one of my struggles for real, like, with that was math.
Yeah.
That shit was horrific.
That's why I got my AA, not an AS, because you need to do more math if you get a science, like, degree, Associate of Science versus Associate of Arts, or if you get a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science, if you do the science part, you got to take more math. So that's why I did the AA and the BA, because what she said hit home for me, like, math is the worst.
Yeah, I remember, like, failing Math 54.
Yeah.
Math 54 was intermediate algebra. This was before taking statistics. So I failed that shit twice, and I had to fucking pass the third time. If not, I would have to take math in another school. So I just remember one pro tip for real, you guys need to take advantage of the resources that the school offers, because that shit, it's so, I don't know, like, not promoted enough, or people have some sort of pride of not, like, asking,
not
using it or asking for help. But I remember, like, going to the math lab a lot.
They have free tutoring,
and, like, it was just amazing. I took advantage of that significantly. Like, it increased my ability to understand math more. So I can't stress it enough. Like, if you have a math lab, math lab.
Math lab. Oh no!
Remember how they used to call it meth lab?
Yeah.
But do take advantage of the resources for sure. And after me, like, taking advantage of the math lab, I finally fucking passed Math 54. And then I had statistics, and that was a whole another fucking realm. But I still went to the math lab to take advantage to fucking, I can't stress it enough, just take advantage of the sources that the school offers.
You're paying for it, so why not?
Yeah.
It's included. Take advantage.
Yeah.
So what made you want to transfer?
Oh, shit. So what made me transfer was I always wanted to go to SF State because the College of Ethnic Studies there and how it all happened with SF State, and I was just very fascinated. And I'm like the only college of ethnic studies throughout the nation. Like, how could I not?
Wow, that's so cool.
Like, how could I not go to SF State? And especially, like, it's like Bay Area, right? Yeah. So that's why I picked SF State. It just took me a year to figure it out. Like, that's where I for sure want to go. What about you? Like, where did you go? I mean, where, bitch?
So I decided, like, I had no idea that I was going to go to the University of Hawaii, but that's the only school that I applied to go to because, I don't know, like I said, money was tight. So I was like, I'm not about to just apply to a bunch of different schools. I don't know, like, everyone does it, apply to, like, 5-6 schools. Like, I get it, just to see, like, where you get in. I totally get it. But for me, I was like, well, I mean, I really want to go there, so if I don't get in, then I'll apply to other schools. But I chose Hawaii because they offer a communicology program, which is the scientific study of human communication, and they only offer it at University of Hawaii and at Harvard. And I knew I wasn't getting into Harvard, so applied for Hawaii, and they had a program called the WUE, W-U-E, which is the Western Undergraduate Exchange. So anyone from Hawaii can go to school in California for their in-state, vice versa, all the West Coast states. So California, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, New Mexico, like all those places can go to Hawaii. So I did that, and it was cheaper for me to go to school in Hawaii than it was for me to go to school in the Bay Area. So it just worked out, and my program was included in the WUE. So not all school programs are covered by it, just some. So I was grateful that mine was, and I applied. I was shocked that I got in. Shocked, y'all.
I was so happy when she fucking told me. She sent me the picture on text message. I'm like, bitch, you ass better go to Hawaii.
Like, should I go? Like, I don't know anyone. I've never been to Hawaii. Like, I don't know a soul. Like, never been. It would just be completely new. A risk for sure, but I felt like it was a good risk to take. So Maria, like, definitely encouragement from all my friends. And at the time, I was like in a serious relationship, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't go. Like, maybe I should stay because I'm gonna jeopardize my relationship. But then I really like woke up and I was like, girl, you are 21. You need to, go to Hawaii, do your thing. And I mean, if it's gonna last, it's gonna last. And if not, then not. But you doing good for yourself. So, regardless, at the end of the day, if you are in a relationship in community college and you're deciding if you want to go in state or out of state, don't ever let, I feel like, a relationship be like a determining factor for you, because always remember you were by yourself before you met that person, and you will always be yourself no matter what after. So the decisions that you make for yourself for your future really matter. So I am so happy that I decided to go to Hawaii, because if I didn't, I would have missed out on just like everything. My life would be so different if I stayed. I can't even like begin to start. We're not even finna go there with this vlog. But anyways, and Maria, she visited me a few times.
I visited her twice.
Yes.
One for undergrad, one during her master's, and that was pretty amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We even got to island hop and stuff. So Hawaii was awesome, and they have the best people there. Like, it was just a really good experience to go out of state. But yeah.
Any tips for anyone who's going to go to community college or thinking about it?
I think the most important is just make sure you fulfill your A through G requirements. You don't waste your time or your money. So it's like the most important. And go to class.
Yeah,
go to class.
Definitely go to class. Like I already said, like, take advantage of the resources that the school has offered or is available. Do take advantage also of the professors' office hours, because they're literally just there chilling, waiting for any student to come by. Anyone who has questions about assignment, essays, or whatever, they're just there to really like let you know how to do it.
Take it serious.
Do take it serious. I know it's gonna be a transition from high school to community college, but do take it serious, because in the end, although it is cheaper and everything that we mentioned, but it does take time and money.
And time is money.
And time is money.
So, tips for graduation would be make sure that you get your assignments done early, I feel like, because for me, I would procrastinate. I just always do. And I just kind of wait till like the week before. But if you do that for graduation, you're just going to screw yourself up, because it's not just like every semester of like getting your finals and everything turned in, but it's like walking the stage, having, registering for your golden rod, making sure that you have all the A through G requirements fulfilled with your counselor, and that they sign that and say that you have the okay to graduate. So, because I've known a lot of people who think that they're going to graduate, but then they find out that they didn't meet the requirements or that they didn't pass a class, and they end up stuck. So, it took me 3 years, so I graduated 2013, and that's when I started looking, at what colleges that I wanted to go to. So, yeah, University of Hawaii was definitely a pick for me. But what about you?
With me, because I fucked up that first year, I could have graduated 2013, but I graduated and transferred 2014.
No worries.
So, yeah, they get your graduation shit signed that you need to take, or do you need to have forms signed before graduating?
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much our community college experience and advice for you guys. And we do have some undergrad tips that we'll share with you guys. So if you want to see some undergrad tips, stay tuned, because Maria definitely has some ideas going cooking up for y'all.
So thank you for watching. I know right now the fucking time looks so long of this video, but we're gonna edit it and it's gonna be shorter than that. But I'm just so happy I finally got this video done. Oh my god, I've been procrastinating for such a long time. But yeah, definitely we're gonna set the links below about like the websites that I talked about
A
earlier.
through G requirements
and shit.
Look for fee waivers,
financial aid, all that shit. So I hope you enjoyed our video. See y'all the next time around.
Stay tuned.